We were apes yesterday, today we are humans, and we are on our natural path towards transhumanism. It seems like a natural progression for some of those that believe in Darwinian evolution. Creationists, on the other hand, believe that man was fashioned from the dust of the ground. However, it goes without saying that the Christian world has sold out to liberalism. The Quran also states that man was made of clay. Muslims, therefore, have also understood human life as a journey from dust to dust. From dust we come, and to dust we shall return, is the common refrain in mosques. Why are Muslims more religious, traditional, and anti-progress? Is it because of the contents of Islam, or is it the consequence of a decision made by a short-sighted Muslim empire to ban printing press? Ottomans had banned printing press in order to protect the scribes. But nowadays, many Muslims and non-Muslims blame Ottomans for the current backwardness of Muslims around the world. What follows, therefore, is that feeling skeptic about or opposing ChatGPT or any other technology is akin to resisting our own day's printing press. AI is indeed our modern day's printing press. We are again at a crossroads. Let's not oppose the new technologies, many would argue. It only makes us sound like conspiracy theorists or religious fanatics. Yes, it is going to endanger many people's livelihoods, but in the long run it is going to take man to newer heights. Yes, it will cause disruption for a certain period of time, but people will soon, as always, get acclimatized to the new normal. There is always a new normal. That, perhaps, is a fair point. See, man's journey on this earth would not have been worth telling had it not been for the sleepless nights spent in pursuit of inventions that ultimately gave us grand cultural revolutions and civilizations. European man invented better guns and ships, conquered lands, and eventually built a castle on the backs of black slaves and Asian people. Now we see him lecturing black and brown man on human rights from the safety of his castle. But those of us familiar with history know that the dust always arises from somewhere to storm the castles of civilizations and bury them deep. That has always been the case. Civilizations have an expiry date. Sisyphus can only roll the boulder until the top of the hill, only to then see it roll back. There's always a final peak. Ottoman Empire's decision to ban printing press carved out a different path for Muslims. Muslims are obsessed with the dust talk now. They say true happiness is in the remembrance of God and not in material gains and comforts. White man, on the other hand, is perpetually busy inventing new technologies. But has he really achieved happiness? Should Muslims snap out of their dust talk and follow the route of the West? The West has almost destroyed traditional way of living. Are we going to witness the development of artificial wombs soon? Could a mother's cheeks flush with tender love for her baby without undergoing physical pain of childbirth? Maybe. We do not know yet. From dust we come, and to dust we shall return is the mentality that has prevented Muslim man from thinking about the outer space. He looks up at the sky only to pray for a comfortable sleep in the grave. He takes his morality from men who used to navigate by stars instead of taking it from the modern white man who built and sent satellites into space. I do not like to think we are better than those that came before us. It is stupid to think that way. We can FaceTime a family member living thousands of kilometers away quite frequently, but do we really do so? Do we genuinely miss them now that they are one click away? Back in the day, handwritten letters took days and months to reach their destination, and the addressees used to huddle together excitedly to read them. A lover would never cease kissing the letter or a photograph of his beloved. Do we do the same with our screens? The world has changed, and I am confused. Find me a wood cabin somewhere deep in the woods with cute streams nearby. I'm done with the sound of machines and engines. I want peace. Gardens underneath which rivers flow is a description of paradise that recurs multiple times in the Holy Quran. It is quite evident that Quran did not only address the 7th century Bedouin of Arabia, it equally speaks to the parched and dazed 21st century man who walks the desert of his own. We are all craving a certain form of quietude. Wish we had known more flowers than floors, more clouds than corridors.